Good evening, I'm Leonardo Puglisi. Tonight, I'm joined from Wollongong bar reporter Jack Hahn. In Brisbane, the principal bass player at the Queensland Symphony Orchestra, Phoebe Russell. In Tallangatta, Grainger. Over in Perth, retired mining industry executive and Sydney Swans tragic, Jim Sharp. And all the way from the US, instrument maker Swan, who is going to be joining us from the city of Providence in Rhode Island. It's great having you all with us. This is 6 News. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. Let's get straight to our panel of experts. Reporter Jack Hahn joins me now from Wollongong. Jack, cruise ships on the New South Wales coast have been turned away by the police. They've literally been stopping the boats. What's your take on that?
That's a funny phrase to use, Leo. They have been. I mean, we have seen, I live on the coast, so a lot of the cruise ships that are close to Sydney have actually been anchoring off the coast of Wollongong, the south coast of New South Wales, so I have seen them. And at one point, I actually saw 6 cruise ships off the coast, something you've never seen before, but luckily I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that there's been a bit of a crew swap and none of the ships are there anymore. So they have returned back to a port of origin, or they're at least out of the waters of Sydney. So that's good.
All right, thanks, mate. Now let's go to Phoebe Russell in Brisbane. Phoebe, the arts and entertainment industry has been one of the hardest hit by this pandemic. As a double bass player yourself, how have you personally been affected?
Well, as soon as the ban on gatherings over 500 people was implemented, it affected us immediately. Unfortunately, most of what we do is with an audience of 500 or more people. So basically the orchestra I play with, the Queensland Symphony Orchestra, and every orchestra in the country had to shut down a few weeks ago. So I've been at home trying to do as much recording as I can and keep the audience engaged with the orchestra, but unfortunately we're unable to perform live at the moment.
Phoebe, thank you. Tallangatta local Grainger joins me now. Great to see you again, mate. What's the situation like in regional Victoria?
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, it's like everywhere else. Times are strange and tough. I think a lot of people are having trouble adjusting to this new requirement, and there's been a whole lot of different responses from, people anxiously sitting in their home and not moving, right out to people, resisting what's been asked of them and, just going about their normal day.
All right, Grainger, thank you. Let's go now to Perth, where retired mining industry executive and Sydney Swans tragic Jim Sharp joins me now live. Good evening, Jim. Do you believe the public is generally taking the lockdowns and the pandemic seriously?
Well, I think generally they are, but we just had I don't know if it made news over there, but we just had a case of a young guy in his 20s, a bit of an idiot, who was in quarantine in a Perth hotel, and he escaped out the back door and caught a taxi out to Armidale, which is the adjacent suburb to where I live, to see his girlfriend. And he probably had the virus, so he's ended up in prison as a result. So there seem to be the odd lunatics like that, but generally people are being much more cautious about when they're going out. And you can see, even here, I'm not taking any risks with you, Leonardo. I've got my mask on.
I did not hear about that, man. A shocking story there. Thank you, Jim. Now let's go to the US, where instrument maker Swan joins me from his home in Providence in the state of Rhode Island. Good evening, Corey. Donald Trump's response has been viewed as very controversial here in Australia. What's your take on that?
I would agree with you and how you guys are viewing it as controversial. I think it is also very controversial. He has, taken steps that have had varying outcomes, but I think for the most part, he has left it up to the states to do what needs to be done. And while my governor here in Rhode Island has done an amazing job, I believe that he has turned his platform more into a political campaign than as to fully inform the public and to help out the United States.
Corey, thank you, and thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. This program took a while to all put together. We even had a few technical problems with the live crosses, but as you can see, it all turned out okay. I'm Leonardo Puglisi. Thanks for joining us. Good night.